Welcome to on tonight's Clubhouse Live, one of our anchor guests is back as we welcome Packers safety Evan Williams to the show. Now, it wasn't a fun Sunday afternoon at Lambeau, and we're going to have to get Evan's thoughts on the loss to the Panthers. But win, lose, or draw, we always have fun on the show, which means we'll find out what Evan can juggle next. Plus, we're going to check out just how artsy Evan can be during our Clubhouse Live Challenge. It's time to get started. Hey, Evan, come on in.
Good Monday evening again. Welcome back to the Fox Club. As always, we're hanging out inside Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium in beautiful Grand Chute, Wisconsin. This is the home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers and also the home to Clubhouse Live. I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin and the Post-Crescent. How's everybody doing on this Monday evening now? Let's hear ya. Nice crowd, good energy. Kind of have the doldrums of yesterday. Oh, was it daylight savings time? Is that what this is? Or I don't know what it is. Daylight, whatever it is. Yeah, the end of daylight savings time. Now it's dark at 3 o'clock, I think, something like that. So anyway, we have a lot to get to, a lot of fun stuff to get to. We're going to have a great show anyway. And first things first, as we always do, we like to highlight our high school team spotlight. We have some champions right over there that made sure Evan got in nice and safe and sound. Give it up for the Fox Valley Association champion Appleton North girls swimming and diving team. There they are. Very, very good swimming team with a lot of big-time aspirations. And we're going to get to Meet the Lightning a little bit later on in the show. And I think maybe their coach might be part of the fun as well. I don't know if he's excited or not, but he has no choice, as I say. So a lot to get to. Let's start with this first. Panthers 16, Packers 13. It was, yes, I heard some out there, but it was a sloppy performance for the green and gold as they fell to the Panthers in a windy afternoon at Lambeau Field. Ryan Fitzgerald's 49-yard field goal as time expired was a difference as Carolina marched 40 yards and picked up 3 first downs in 9 plays to set up the winning score. Packers offense kind of spinning its wheels in the red zone, penalties, and a bevy of other miscues, and the loss of Tucker Kraft. To injury, that led to a blah day all around. But the Vikings' victory over the Lions, that's maybe we're okay with the Vikings this week, right? Keeps Green Bay atop the NFC North standings at 5-2-1. Up next is a matchup with the reigning Super Bowl champion Eagles on Monday Night Football. Who's ready for that big matchup next Monday night? Look at this. We don't see this face too often this year, but this is Mad Vince Lombardi. Mad Vince. He doesn't like losing football games, and he hates when daylight savings time ends, just like I do. But Mad Vince always becomes Happy Vince when the players are here, and we got a good one. One of our anchor guests making his 3rd appearance of the season. He's sitting right over there. It's Green Bay Packers safety, Evan Williams. He's back. Big thank you to our presenting sponsors first. We have Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly. Cellcom was built here in Wisconsin. They cover every county, corner, and cabin road in the state. And get this, they'll buy out your current contract and give you up to $1,100 towards a new phone when you switch. See Cellcom.com for details. And Piggly Wiggly is proud to support the Green Bay Packers. As your local grocery store, they're committed to making a difference both in the community and on and off the field. Shop local, shop the pig. All right. Worst part of the show, as I always say, every week, right? The worst part of the show, it's when I have to introduce the other member of our Clubhouse Live crew. It is the one, the only, and the very smug Chicago Bears fan, Ricardo Arguello, everybody.
Now, why you got to say smug? I'm not smug. I'm just hanging out.
Your Bears are
said hi to Evan.
5-3. Wasn't it like 8 seasons it took them to win 5 games at one point, and now they're
because
5.
But Brett,
what's going on here?
They had 5 wins all of last year, so they're ahead of the game this year. So
Clearly.
I'm really happy.
That was a crazy game.
It was crazy. I know it was going on at the
Bengals.
same time as a Packer game, but yeah, it was nuts. Brett, you're not going to believe this, but I'm not totally happy. They had almost 600 yards of offense, but if you watch that game, there's a lot of points they left. They could have had 60 points in that game.
Well, they could have given up 60 points.
They could have given up
that
60,
was
yeah.
going.
I'm telling you, I don't know what's with Joe Flacco, if he's like just doing the fountain of youth, but the man can still sling the ball. I'm just telling you. It was a fun game to watch, not if if you have if you're taking high blood pressure medication. But it all ends well. Brett came out with the win.
No defense in that game, but makes for an interesting NFL season, as we say, because we're not sure
Crazy.
Any team can basically beat anybody almost every week right now.
It's what they want, Brett, to make the more money. You know
guess
how it
so,
goes.
right?
Yes.
Right. So, hey, how does this show work, Ricardo?
Well, we're an interactive show, so we invite your comments and questions through the live chat. That could be found next to our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube video stream. So if you're checking this out, I am monitoring that chat, Brett, and it's always lively here. I will relay the comments and questions to both you and Evan.
Yeah, I saw when we started with lively chat. So again, ask some questions right out there in Cyberland. We want to hear from you. I'm on Twitter at PCBretzi. He's at Ricardo DeLeon. Evan at Evan_Williams32. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live and Packers News. All right, please do that as well. Evan, I got the Eagles welcome mat there ready for you. You know the routine, to stomp your feet all over the ugliest, newest logo, right, to your upcoming opponent. Give you some good karma as you get ready for that big Monday night showdown. Tonight's guest is in his second NFL season. He was selected by the Packers in the 4th round of the 2024 NFL Draft. He is currently 4th on the team in tackles with 51. He also has an interception on the season. He is, remember, coming off a standout rookie season in which he earned all rookie honors by the Pro Football Writers of America. He's a fun-loving guy, right? He's a fun-loving guy over there. He's a fan favorite. Ricardo, tonight's guest is a master juggler.
That's what we hear. That's the word on the street,
We have a
Brett.
fun new segment with this guy, right? He loves his ducks. More on that in a bit. And he loves being mic'd up. Did you guys see that? He was mic'd up for that Steelers game. More on that as well. How about a big Clubhouse Live welcome for Green Bay Packers safety? He's number 33. He's Evan Williams. Good to have Evan Williams back here. You know, you're the perfect guy for one of these weeks, right? Tough loss. You got darkness at 2 o'clock now, I think. I don't know when it becomes dark. But you're always happy. You're always a happy guy. You always got that smile on your face, right? You're always happy. Why are you happy?
Yeah, is that what you're asking? I don't know. I try to stay optimistic, but I mean, after this week, it was a hard one. But yeah, try to stay as optimistic as I can.
You're still in first place, right? They're still in first place, folks. Come on, they're still in first place.
Brett, hey Brett. One of the rare times you got to thank Vikings guy for that one.
I know, I said that.
You did, okay.
Thank you to Vikings fan, but that's the last time we're going to thank him for sure. But a couple programming notes, Evan. First, I'm going to announce next week's guest at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. Next week's show will be on Tuesday, okay? Tuesday here at the Fox Club, because these guys, I don't think any of your players or your teammates are available to do a show Monday night.
I don't think so.
I don't think Coach would like that at all. So we're going to move it to Tuesday because of Monday Night Football. And I want to welcome back one of our Clubhouse Live crew members. Dan Powers is back. Dano. He's been sidelined for a little bit, but good. He's doing great. Great to have him back, and great to see him again. So, Evan, how's the mood after the loss? Right, you're smiling, but what's the pulse like in the building today?
Yeah, naturally a little frustrated, a little disappointed with the end result, but with that comes the opportunity to look at the little things that you could get better at, look at the details, and yeah, just try to improve in any way we can. So we're a more polished team next week.
Your message to the folks, because it happens after every loss, your message to the fans out there, here maybe or online, that the sky is not falling right now, right? So the end of the world is not near.
Yeah, it seems that, we seem to reach for the extremes when, things don't go quite our way. But, no, I mean, when you look back at that game, it seemed like everything went wrong, right? And so you just, I mean, all you can do moving forward is just, try to improve upon the little things that, led to where we got to. And, I mean, just try to put your best foot forward going into next week. I mean, there's credit to them. They have great players. They had a great team, had a great scheme. And, yeah, you just got to look forward to the next week and try to get better.
It's not like the Panthers are 1-8 or something. They're 5-4, and they're in the playoff hunt as well. But how do you unwind, Evan, after a tough game, right? Do you sit and stew about it? Do you go over tape? Are you watching the Sunday night game? Like, how do you chill, I guess? I don't know if I'm cool enough to say that word,
Yeah.
but how do you chill
You're good.
after a tough game?
I know everybody has a different routine, but for me, yeah, I mean, especially after a loss, I'm pretty stuck in that, that iPad watching the film. I probably watched it like 3 times over and over just to kind of see, what could we have done better? What are the areas that we can improve upon? And then after that, you try to decompress, try to get away as far away as you can from it. We call it the 24-hour rule, where you get to be sad or happy about whatever happened in the game for 24 hours, and then you're on to the next week. That's kind of how this league goes.
That is right. You can't stew on it for sure. But no, Isaiah McDuffie, your defensive teammate, he was on last week. Good guy, great guest. He wouldn't give us any dirt about you as much as I tried, but he just wouldn't say anything. But he told us how Victory Monday works, right? You guys don't have to come in. You're off till Wednesday. Some guys come in and get a lift in. He said, how does a non-Victory Monday work, right? Everybody has to come in, I suppose, and sit and go through the film and get yelled at by all the coaches.
Yeah, it's a little different because we have a Monday night game.
Okay.
So we kind of this is kind of our bonus day to kind of just recover. But on a typical week, if we had a game on Sunday, I'm sure we would be having to sit through a lot of those meetings and watch a lot of those plays that we wish we could have back. But
well, I tell you what, we'll talk more about the game in our next segment and kind of go through some of the what happened, all that non-fun stuff, I guess. But we do have a big announcement regarding you and the show. Okay. Now, Evan is scheduled to visit us again on December 1st, right? That'll be your 4th visit. You and Matthew Golden visiting us once a month. But your December 1st visit, as part of that show, you will be part of our holiday food drive sponsored by Piggly Wiggly. So there you go. How about that? Get the holiday season going. You can see the Christmas tree out there in left field. They're going to have a big holiday of lights here starting up pretty soon at Fox City Stadium. So it's kind of like what we did last year with Kenny Clark. Every person who brings a non-perishable food item will get Evan's autograph, right? You're going to stick around. Maybe this is news to you, but you're going to be sticking around. You're going to be sticking around after the show, Evan.
I'm good with it. I'm all right with it.
You're going to be signing some autographs, and limited to 1 autograph per person per overall donation, right? So if you bring in 5 donations, you don't get 5 autographs. You get 1 single autograph. Autographs only. Photos with Evan will not be allowed. Monetary donations will not be accepted, but more to come. Now, last year with Kenny Clark, when we did this, we generated 1,200 pounds of food is what we got it benefited Paul's Pantry up in Green Bay. So not only do we want to match that, right, Evan? We want to surpass that total. What do you think about that? That's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. Tall task. It sounds like 1,200 that's a lot of pounds.
That's a lot of pounds.
But, yeah, I think we could get it done.
It's like the size of your offensive line maybe, right? Something
Total.
like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or your defensive line. So what are your thoughts about putting a name behind a cause, right? I know you're we'll talk a little bit about that, but I think giving back, it seems like you're kind of one of those guys in the locker room that likes to be out in the community, give back, that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's really just a responsibility, for people like me that, just kind of got lucky. We're able to, have a good path and, have the support around them that mattered. It's definitely important to, I feel like, at least for me, just to, give back in ways that you can, in whatever you can, just to show up for, those that are less fortunate.
Have you ever thought, or maybe you do, but have you ever thought about starting a foundation at some point? Has that ever crossed your mind? Some guys have something like, things of that nature.
I have something coming up actually at the end of this week on Friday. I'm having a little fundraiser with the House of Hope.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It was something that A.J. Dillon did a little bit last year, and so I'm kind of taking over. And yeah, me and my girl will be hosting it, and hoping to have fun on Friday night.
That's interesting because we have a history with House of Hope. Years ago, we did a huge benefit with John Kuhn when he was our guest, our co-host, and we ended up refurnishing the facility back in like 2013, 2014, somewhere. Great organization for sure. So, and I know as part of the NFL's My Cause, My Cleats campaign, you wore cleats last year to raise awareness for NAMI of Brown County, National Alliance on Mental Illness. Any reason for that connection?
Yeah, it was really my first year, going through the whole process, and so it kind of crept on me pretty quick, and I was able to, near the end when we needed to pick an organization to work with, found NAMI, which was a pretty cool, deal, pretty cool foundation that I was able to, work with, and they got me right with some cool kicks, which was pretty cool. Also, just spread the word about NAMI in the first place, and then to be able to rock those kicks on Sunday night was pretty cool.
Look at this. He's a man of the people, right? He's a man of the community. All right, give this guy a round of applause. Not all your teammates like doing stuff like this, like shows and talking to people, right? They're kind of sullen and mean, and they just look the other way. But you're the opposite. Where did that come from? Why do you just kind of like to be with people?
I wouldn't say I like to be with people, but for the most part, I feel like I got to give it up to my support system growing up, my parents, my brother, just for kind of providing me with the right perspective. Always try to look at things glass half full, and try to take the positive perspective. And it helps when you got a good community, a good group of people to be around and be with that help you with different things. And getting to do this type of stuff is pretty fun for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I see Grizzly Dan over there. He loves it. We think it's a lot of fun too, except for Ricardo over there. We don't think he's too much fun sitting over there. But hey, now you were mic'd up for your game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, huh? How does that now? Do they just ask around, or do you volunteer? Or how does a player become mic'd up for a game?
Yeah, I don't really know the selection, strategy, but they kind of just tell you on Monday or Tuesday. They're like, "Do you want to be mic'd up for this game?" You say yes or no, and then they're like, "Do you want me to remind you every day, or just remind you before the game?" And I typically say just before the game, like so I can kind of forget about it, and then when the game comes, kind of be into it. But I don't know the selection process, but I got lucky enough to do it against the Steelers.
So do you have to be careful then of colorful language, right? Are you cognizant of what you're all mic'd up? You got the pack on and all that stuff?
Yeah,
right?
you try to be, and you definitely got to let your teammates know, that you're that mic'd up so that no colorful language gets out there. But no, it's not too bad. You just got to let everybody know that I'm the feds today. I'm hot. I'm hot today.
Well, if you watch the video that you say that, you said, letting you know I'm hot, huh? I'm hot. Oh, okay. But
stay away.
Yeah, stay away. Be careful. But it didn't seem to stop Edrin Cooper, because there were a couple clips where he had some weird noises. He's like some high-pitched cackling, giggling. What's up with Edrin Cooper?
I mean, if you know Edrin, that's kind of just how he operates. He kind of has his own language, in a sense. But no, that's my guy. That's my guy. Whenever I'm hype, I seem to find him, and we match each other's energy.
That's fun. It's always fun listening to the mic'd up stuff. I don't think we want to have Matt LaFleur ever mic'd up, right? That's probably not a good thing.
Not ideal.
Not a good thing
right
to have
there.
the coaches at all. So, last but not least, I've got to ask you about this, because we won't see you until after this game, November 22nd, college football, the big Cal-Stanford football game. Now, I think we talked about this when you were on the show last year. Your dad played for Cal, right? Your dad is Gary, right?
Gary Williams.
He was a member of the Cal team in 1982, and college football enthusiasts will remember the play, right, where the laterals, the Stanford band was on the field, all this crazy stuff. One of the most famous plays in college football history. Your dad was on the field for that play for Cal. Is this the time of year where your dad just sort of kind of busts out the old, "Hey, son, let me tell you about this big play I was a part of"?
It
right?
always finds a way to kind of sneak up in some story, but he hasn't let me know yet. So
maybe a little early, right?
Yeah, maybe so. But it's always pretty legendary to be able to, whenever that comes up, to be able to see it again and give Dad his props. I mean, he didn't get the ball.
I was going to ask you, did he ever touch the ball during the play?
He did not.
Yeah,
he did not.
Then it doesn't count.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No, exactly. It doesn't count. That's what we always try to tell him, but somehow it still finds its way to come up.
So he hasn't embellished the story to say, not only did I touch the ball like 5 times, but I scored the touchdown on top of that, right?
and ran over the trombone player.
And they got the trombone player. And I have the trombone bent on my mantle at home, right? Hasn't reached the proportions of that yet. So that's pretty cool, though, that your dad was part of that famous play. I'm sure you watched the video of that numerous times.
Oh, yeah, all the time growing up. we were able to, and we didn't really know the significance of it, because we obviously weren't, alive for it. But no, yeah, just kind of being able to see the play. First of all, very grainy
It is,
footage.
Yeah. It's 1982. Yeah.
It wasn't ideal, footage equipment back then. But
No, not at all.
No, just kind of seeing that your dad was a part of, something that was really special for the university is, a pretty cool thing to share that piece of history.
By the way, I was 10 years old in 1982. That's just the way it was, all right? that was like high-tech video footage back then. So, all right, that ends segment number 1, and I'm going to kick it over to Ricardo because it looks like you have some swimmers with some questions for Evan Williams tonight.
If I could have Afton come over here. This is Afton Scoresby from Appleton North Swimming, Brett, and diving. She has a question for Evan. Afton, your question.
We have some pretty big meets coming up these next 2 weekends, so I just wanted to ask you how you prepare for big games in order to be successful.
For me personally, I like to, really just hone in on the little things. First of all, like do my film study and just get as prepared as I can, and then right before the game, I typically like to be, just surrounded by family or just surrounded by, good friends, and kind of just have the people around me that kind of just bring me down a notch, mentally, because it's easy to, hype yourself up for those games and make the moment too big. But yeah, I try to, just stay grounded in, what matters around you, your family, and kind of ride that wave. And then once you get into game day, it's, just enjoy it. Really try to be as present as you can, and kind of ride the wave, as I would say. Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you, Afton. We have one more. Swimmer and diver from Appleton North. This is Julia Wenzel. She has an interesting question for you here. Come closer here. For you, Evan, go ahead.
Who on the team would you not let your future daughter date?
Oh,
Wow.
boy.
What a question.
Boy,
My
oh,
goodness.
boy.
We've never had a question like that on the
Great
show before.
question.
I mean, that's good. That's good stuff. Would I not let my daughter date? Ooh, okay.
Easy, Evan.
Yeah, I know.
Be
This
careful.
is dangerous territory.
I know
right
all
here.
of your teammates watch the show here, too.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's difficult. I would probably. I don't know if I can give an answer right now. I'll say CV. CV.
Carrington.
Carrington
He's a great guy.
Valentine.
Great guy, but I don't know.
He's a little goofy.
He's a little goofy.
He's
a little
goofy.
bit, a little too goofy
He's
for
a little
me.
goofy
So,
sometimes.
Yeah, I guess. Sorry,
great-
CV, if you're watching.
Great question.
Wow,
Thank
I
you
hope
for-
we get Carrington on sometime again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brett, we do have Tracy Santos. Thank you. Great question, Julia. Tracy has a question. Go ahead, Tracy. Tracy Santos. Her question for Evan. Go ahead.
That's a tough one to follow, but
Yeah.
how much easier is it for the defense to communicate on the road? And does the energy of the crowd at home make up for the extra effort required?
It absolutely does. That's actually a great question. On the road, yeah. So it's, typically on the road, teams will cheer when their defense is on the field. So, when we're on defense, they typically like to keep it quiet. And so, yeah, it's pretty easy to communicate for the most part until they get kind of close to the end zone. Then you kind of, it starts to roar a little bit. So you got to be really on point with your communication. But, yeah, when you're at home, being able to have just the whole city at your back like that is kind of unparalleled. And, the communication definitely gets harder. You definitely have to stress it, when it gets to those third downs and you guys are roaring like nothing else. But, no, yeah, just being able to have you guys at our back and have that kind of momentum, have that kind of support, I feel like it fires us up enough, to make up for what we lose in the communication department. So, yeah, great question.
Yeah, great
question.
job, Tracy, and great job to our Appleton North.
Yeah,
Swimmers
great
as well.
questions, for sure. Seems like Carrington Valentine, it always comes back to him. We had our Clubhouse Live gift of the night last week with Isaiah, and it was a shot during the Steelers game where I think it was, I can't remember, Isaiah was on the bench, and I think Devontae Wyatt was kind of in everybody's ear, and all you see in the background was Carrington just kind of dancing around as he's listening. Like, are you paying attention, Carrington? This is a very serious timeout, it looked like, but he's just kind of doing his thing, so maybe that's the proper answer.
Yeah, sometimes he just, listens to the beat of his own drum.
Yeah,
and
he
so,
does.
But that's him. That's my guy.
That's
I love
him. He's a good guy. Yeah, he's been on before, and we've had a lot of fun with him as well. But let's take a timeout. Time for tonight's stat pack. Jordan Love surpassed the 10,000 career passing yards mark during Sunday's game. In doing so, Love, who, by the way, celebrated birthday number 27 on Sunday, he became the second fastest quarterback in team history to leapfrog that total. Love did it in 1,308 attempts. The fastest, of course, Aaron Rodgers, who did it in 1,299 attempts. Not by much. It's been close, but Love is off to a great start overall in his NFL career as a starter. So, hey, Ricardo, we're doing trivia tonight again, aren't we?
We are, but we do have rules, Brett.
We always do.
So first off, we'll ask the question. If you think you know the answer, you have to raise your hand. Don't shout it out. And if you're correct, you win what, Brett?
Again, the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers donating, providing some great prizes. We've got this cool T-shirt. It says Home of the Good Times, Wisconsin Rattlers and Timber Rattlers on there. So that's kind of cool. And it's getting cold outside, Evan Williams. We have this Shantymen, like, is it a babushka? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
A babushka? Something like that. Something to keep your ears warm, right? Something like that. I'm not sure what those are called.
But I tell you what, though,
warm
Brett,
hat.
once you win, though, you're out for the rest of the show. And sorry, live chatters, you got to be here to win.
All right, so I ask for question number one. Evan, you check out who raises his or her hand first. Now, we mentioned Jordan Love celebrated his 27th birthday, which is a magical number for quarterbacks in Packers history, as we all know, right? Bart Starr, Brett Favre, and Aaron Rodgers all led Green Bay to NFL titles as 27-year-old signal callers. Who did Starr and the Packers beat in the NFL championship game when he was 27 years old? I see the man right back there. Yes, sir. Not the Eagles. Bino. Not who? Nope. Who? Someone back here? No? This guy right here? Not the Cowboys. Let me give you a hint. It was the 1961 season. It was the 1961 season. Back there. Not Kansas City. Way back in the... Oh, wait, over here. Yes, sir. Not Oakland. Way back there by the window. The Giants. Come on up. You finally got it. Come on up. I think we had every team in the NFL. He gets the bell. And Evan rings the bell, too. And, sir, you can pick whatever you want, the warm hat or the T-shirt, and you can maybe say hello to Evan Williams as long as you're up here as well. Yeah, he knew it.
Yeah, he knew it.
He knew it. Ray Nitschke, all those guys. New York Giants, the Packers walloped the Giants 37-0. That was New Year's Eve at City Stadium, which is now known as Lambeau Field, way back in 1961.
Brett,
right.
were you in the stands for that one?
Ricardo, I said I was 10 years old in 1982, so
Sorry,
no,
my math's
I was
kinda
not,
bad.
I was not
All
in
right.
the stands back then that day. So, all right, let's do a little bit more with Evan Williams, and we'll start it out with tonight's Clubhouse Live GIF of the night. What do we have, Rosie? What do we have? Oh, yeah, look at that guy. That's everybody's thought after the game. They're like, ah. That's the reaction of Packers Nation after the loss to the Carolina Panthers, right? You said frustrating. I was going to ask you, we've heard your teammates say frustrating. Some said, unacceptable. Was there one word that you can use to kind of define the overall performance yesterday?
I mean, I'd stick with frustrating.
Yeah.
Really.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, when you look back, there's just a lot of little things that, went wrong that we can correct. Penalties, missed field goal, not being able to stop the run as well as we could, not being able to get off on third down. Like, I could go on.
Sure.
And it's not just one thing. A lot of people like to say it, it's this.
No,
like, that's everything. But, it's just a culmination of, a lot of things coming together. And really all you can do is look on the next week, try to get, 1% better, find where, you individually can get better, and then, put your best foot forward. You know
why it's extra frustrating? Because look at the stats. You outgained them 369 to 265. Bryce Young, their quarterback, 102 yards and a 48.3 passer rating. That almost every time adds up to a W, doesn't it? I mean, that just adds to the frustration.
Yeah, definitely. It's hard when it's harder when it's close, right? Like when you lose a close one that you feel like you should, you had the reins on for the whole game. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know what else I could say, but again, it's all about what we do now, going forward, and I know everybody's going to respond the right way.
Is it tough as a defense when you're keeping points off the scoreboard, but the offense is spinning its wheels? I mean, do you feel a little bit added pressure, like, oh, now we got to go out there, we have to keep them from scoring touchdowns? I mean, does that add to anything, or are you just kind of not really too worried about what the offense is doing? You're just more focused on you guys?
Yeah, well, I mean, the game's gonna go how the game's gonna go. You know, we like to say we control what you can control on defense. Like there's gonna be things that, you know, are out of your control. You know, offense is gonna score points sometimes and bail us out, and sometimes they're gonna have a hard time. And you know, I wouldn't want an offensive player coming up to me and try to tell me how to do my job, right? So, you know, you just gotta do your best to play some complimentary football. You know, understand that everybody has their days. You know, and yeah, shout out the Carolina defense. They had a great day out defensively. And yeah, do your best to just support your team any chance, any way that you can, and that's what we try to do.
They're a good defense, yeah, underrated, I think. They got some playmakers back there, but what brings out more of the emotional feelings, winning or losing? In other words, do you hate losing more than you enjoy winning? I always kind of wonder that, because both bring out heavy emotions.
Yeah, I would probably say I hate losing more
than you like winning.
Like winning is great, but you want to get to a place where winning is what you expect, right? And so, like, if you're not there, or if you have that mindset, then losing should be harder, right? Like, losing should be, okay, like, this is pretty unacceptable. And I feel like that's kind of the direction our locker room is going. So, you know, that's a good thing in itself, to get uncomfortable, you know, being in this position.
You know, you're 8 games in, you're basically the halfway point of the season. Is there any way to kind of put your finger on why you can't get things consistently all together, right? That just seems to be kind of the common thread through this. Can't get all 3 phases really clicking at a high level. Is there any way you can figure out why that is? Like slow starts offensively. You say sometimes special teams has had some miscues. Sometimes defense can't get off the field. It's just like very few times it seems like this season everything is like, ooh, really humming at the same time.
It's definitely, you know, we always chase perfection. In this, you know, in this job, you kind of have to chase perfection. You know, that's what's going to keep you, you know, moving forward. And so it's good to, you know, want to play a complete game, but many times it's pretty unattainable. You know, there's going to be some point in, you know, in the 3 phases of the game that, you know, things don't go your way. We like to say, you know, adversity is guaranteed in the sport. Like, it kind of just happens. You're going to, you know, the team on the other team is, you know, they're paid too. They're you know, a group of great players, and you know, they get paid the same way that we do. So, yeah, it's I think it's all about just, you know, trying to correct the little mistakes, the things that we can control, the discipline, you know, and yeah, you try to, I mean, you start with that, and then move forward onto, you know, like play style and stuff like that. But no, yeah, you just correct the little things and again, move forward. It sounds, you know, how do you say it?
Cliche?
Yeah, cliche.
Yeah. But it's
repetitive.
There's a reason why they are cliches, though.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
It's
It's you know, you got to kind of go back to the basics, to the fundamentals. You know, start at page 0 and yeah, build yourself back up.
You know, you mentioned you kind of say a lot of that. You've been using the term little things. Xavier McKinney, your safety teammate, he's insinuated the same thing afterward. Quote: "This is what he said. Sometimes the little things you skim past them and say it's good, it's good. It's good until it's not good. I just think today we didn't execute well, and I think these were buildups of things that were happening throughout these games that we already played." End quote. I'm guessing you agree with one of your captains back there, huh?
Yeah, definitely. It's just you know, the standard that you walk past is the standard that you set, and yeah, I mean, I feel like it's on everybody's shoulders to, you know, face the man in the mirror and say, okay, what can I improve on? What more can I bring to the table, you know, during the week to help this team, you know, get a dub? And so, yeah, again, the little things, the details, those always get you beat if you know, don't pay attention to them always.
You always hear the phrase, too, everybody has to do their 1/11th, right? Maybe explain that. Maybe I think people understand that, but sometimes it seems like we hear it a lot. So it seems like, is it easy to kind of deviate from doing your 1/11th? Or are players maybe trying to do their 3/11th and trying to, you know, maybe back up somebody or you know, that sort of a thing?
Yeah, you kind of got to, you know, view the offense or defense, you know, whoever's on the field as a machine. And, you know, if you have, let's say one cog in the machine is going at 3 times power, you know, sometimes that's not good for the whole effectiveness of the whole system. And so, yeah, that's kind of how we view it. You know, you just have to do your specific job, do it as fast, as, you know, violent, as good as you can. And, yeah, you know, hope that everybody else does their, you know, 111th. And, yeah, I feel like we've built that trust, you know, over the season to, you know, consistently do those things. And, you know, it sucks sometimes when, you know, because all it takes is one person, you know, to not do their job and, you know, give up a big play or, you know, give up a sack or, you know, the little things. So, yeah, you just got to look internally and, you know, focus on what you can control and just, yeah, try to get a little better.
Speaking of Xavier McKinney, what have you taken from him in the 2 seasons you guys, or 1.5 seasons you've played together, right? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of things you picked up from him on the field and his leadership off of it as well. Yeah,
absolutely. On the field, I would say the number one thing I have learned is just to always be ready. You know, every play is an opportunity to make a play is something that I definitely carry into every game. You know, sometimes at safety you can feel like you're a little too far from the action or, you know, that things are going on, you know, closer to the line of scrimmage. But, you know, if you attack every play thinking that, okay, I'm going to be the one that ends up making it, you'll never be out of position. And so that's, you know, something I've definitely carried on the field, off the field. He's just a guy that makes it easy to, you know, follow what he's doing. Has the right habits as far as, you know, taking care of your body. You know, nutrition-wise, recovering, just all that. He makes it, you know, easy to follow everything that he does. And yeah, I mean, I've had the honor to, you know, be able to be by his side and just kind of pick his brain, learn a little, and yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want anybody else in that back end.
Great safety duo, Xavier McKinney and Evan Williams, one of the best in the NFL. A few more things, Ricardo, then a social media question of the night. But take us into that final drive, right? It's tied up. You got to get off the field. Panthers, but you just couldn't slow down the run game, right? Rico Dowdle in particular, he ended up with 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. Carolina 163 yards in all, but frustration again, I'm sure, right? Just couldn't corral this guy. He's a really good back, first of all, right? But
yeah, absolutely.
Take us through that drive and just. I think they converted got 3 first downs on the drive, something like that.
Yeah, it's funny looking back. Like it's tough to say exactly what went wrong, but like you look, and it's just a culmination of a bunch of 111s really. But yeah, I mean they started off with pretty good field position, and you know anytime that an offense really only has to get 2 or 3 first downs to be in field goal range, it's kind of a tough situation. But yeah, I mean, props to them. They had a good, rushing attack. That last run, they kind of ran it. We weren't really preparing for a run or didn't think it was a run scenario. So
more of a rush, right?
Yeah, it was 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 6, and yeah, really, I mean, they had a better play call than we did in that scenario, and. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's just how the game goes.
Yeah.
It's really a chess match. A lot of people don't understand, but yeah, I mean, it's a chess match between 2 coordinators sitting up in, really high boxes, going against each other, throughout the whole game. And so, sometimes you're not in the perfect call or, things happen throughout the game. There's a lot of factors, but yeah, move forward again.
Well, let's move forward. Let's look at your 5-2-1, basically the halfway point. I know you have still 9 games to go, but essentially at the halfway mark. What do you like about this team, right? What do you like about this team? What gives you that belief that, okay, we're gonna put this together and we're gonna start clicking here in the second half of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're battle tested. We played some good teams and responded accordingly, and we have shown up when our number is called, against good teams in this league. So I don't think there's anybody on our team that doubts, the potential that we have and, what we can put on tape any given Sunday. But I feel like the challenge starts with just doing it consistently. Again, it's the boring things, the repetitive things, but can you do your job as well as you can do it over and over and over and over and over again? And yeah, the season is really just a testament of, how well you can overcome adversity. Tug getting hurt, that definitely hurts, our team as a whole, but again, you got to have the next man up mentality, and yeah, keep moving forward.
That was actually my last question for you. Is Tucker Kraft, obviously, it's confirmed that he has the ACL tear. That's a blow emotionally, isn't it? How do you kind of get past that as a team, because he's one of your captains and it was having really an all-pro season?
Yeah, I mean, that's a guy that, shows up every day and puts his best foot forward and, means a lot for, this program. And so, Yeah, for him to go down, it's definitely, less than ideal. But again, you got to, whatever you can do to be the best team on any given Sunday is all you can really focus on. And, yeah, people are going to have to step up. People are going to have to show up, to lift the load that, he was carrying. But I have, no doubt in the guys in our locker room. I feel like we have the right character and just the right, makeup, right foundation to, to be able to respond accordingly.
All right, Evan Williams, segment number 2 in the books. Ricardo, social media question of the night.
That's right. Mindy Shulak on Facebook. Well, she wants to know, you always say on to the next one, but shaking it off and focusing completely on the next opponent seems like a learned skill. Do you think it is, Evan? And if so, what or who do you rely on to help you do that?
Yeah, it definitely is a learned skill. I was definitely somebody coming up in my youth years of football and in high school, where it would be hard for me to get past plays that, I didn't make. And, I would be thinking about the past, during the game. But, I feel like once you realize that all that does is slow you down, all that does is just fills your mind up and leads you to not making plays in the future. Yeah, that's really the step you got to take as a whole is, understanding that, something went wrong in the past, but, do you have the character to look past it? Do you have the character to take a step forward? And, yeah, I feel like that's a kind of an internal battle you have with yourself, but, you just keep trying, keep showing up for yourself, and you find a way to move forward.
Great question by Mindy for having her question selected. Mindy wins a signed photo. Each week we'll ask you to submit a question for our guest that we'll ask live during the show. Look for it on Facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Ricardo, trivia question number 2.
Yes, I need both you and Evan to look out into the crowd to see who raises their hand first. Here we go.
It's a good question.
It is. Jordan Love this season became the 6th Packers quarterback in team history with at least 70 career touchdowns. We know Aaron Rodgers. We know Brett Favre and Bart Starr. They're atop that list, but can you name one of the other 2 Packers quarterbacks on that list?
I see this. Yes, Lynn Dickey, come on up. She got it right. Way to go. She gets the bell. And Evan rings the bell, too. There we go. You get the T-shirt. You get to say hi to Evan Williams. Lynn Dickey. He was number 12 before number 12, right? Lynn Dickey. And Tobin Rote was the other. But Dickey, 133 TDs during his Packers career, while Rote through 89. Love is next with 73. Both Dickey and Tobin Rote are in the Packers Hall of Fame. All right, Rosie, you know what it is time for? It's time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. We need some music. This is sponsored by Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, your center for dental excellence. Voted Reader's Choice Best Dentist, Best of the Bay 3 times. Let Dr. Sebastian and his team of professionals help you achieve your dream smile. We are going to play a game that we have only played once in the history of Clubhouse Live. Let me get my supplies back here, Evan. Hold on. All right, I've got 2 pieces of paper. I've got 2 green crayons. Now this is what we're gonna do, guys. It's called Art Show. This is only the second time, and by the way, Evan, we need Coach Parker Sonnabend up here. Where's Coach? Come on up here. You come on up right between me and Evan here, Coach. This is the Appleton North girls swim coach. Nice to meet you, Parker. I'm Brett. That's Evan Williams right there. So this is what we're going to do, guys. Now listen closely because it's a very complex game, all right? As we do in Clubhouse Live, right, Ricardo? Very complex games we play. So this is only the second time we've ever played this game. Evan's getting ready. The premise is simple. We're going to ask you guys to draw a picture of a specific thing. But you have to do it without looking at it. It's based on your memory, okay? The very first time we did it, we asked our contestants to draw the Vince Lombardi Trophy.
Oh, that was a Notre Dame girls basketball coach.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago. It's been a couple years. Now, we're going to give you guys 30 seconds to do it, and the one who gets the loudest audience applause is the winner, okay? Each guy has a green crayon and a blank white piece of paper. As for tonight's contest, we're going to ask the guys to draw a picture of the famous Packers G, right?
Ooh.
The famous Packers G. Okay, now Ricardo, you're going to keep track of the clock. It's not as easy of a drawing as you guys might think it is, okay? The person who's drawing again gets the loudest cheer from the crowd, wins the game. Now, hold on. Who thinks Coach is going to win this challenge tonight? Who thinks Evan Williams is going to win this challenge tonight? Whoa. So it's going to be tight now. It's going to be tight. Now, Ricardo, you're going to keep track. I'll count it down. 30 seconds to draw the famous Packers G. Ready?
I'll let them know when it hits 20 and 10.
Perfect. Here we go now. 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. Cheer them on, everybody. Oh,
20
he's got to
seconds.
start over. How much time, Ricardo?
15 seconds.
15 seconds. Oh,
10.
Evan is panicking.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time.
Crayons down. Crayons down. All right.
Crayons down.
Now I know who I would pick to win this. Now listen. Now, Evan, you were playing for Bob Wiegand right there. That's who you're trying to win prizes for. Parker, you're trying to win prizes for yourself, right? You can take some. Now, the winner tonight gets this green, gold, and glorious book, a kind of look back at Super Bowl 45. A signed photo of Evan Williams, which is very cool, right there. There you go on the camera. And guys, it's getting really cold outside. It's time to bust out the USA Today Network Wisconsin Ice Scrapers. The non-winner goes home just with the signed photo and the ice scraper. I still think that's a great secondary prize. So let's hold. Now, each of you want to hold you up. Maybe want to look at which camera, guys? This one here where Torque is, or by Bill? Which one do you want? By Torque, right over here. So hold up and show the online audience first. Okay, and maybe show the crowd as well, right? There we go. Evan Williams. Evan, what happened, Evan Williams? Huh? All right, now here we go. Who thinks Coach Parker wins tonight's challenge? Who thinks Evan Williams wins tonight's challenge? Ricardo, that's like a dead heat. I don't know.
That's close. You decide.
Let's do it one more time. Coach Parker. Evan Williams. I got it. Ricardo, I got it. There was a lot more high-pitched squealing for Coach Parker tonight. It is for sure. Coach Parker wins the challenge tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going home with the book. Rosie, some championship music, the signed photo, and the ice scraper. Congratulations to you. And Bob, you're still getting an ice scraper and a signed photo, all right? I think it's fair. I think it's fair. What happened on the other side, though? What happened on the other side?
It was just a little too narrow, a little too circular, so I gotta cut it off quick.
It kind of like a little bit of a football shape, I guess, to the G.
Yeah.
There we go. Arts and crafts, arts show, right, Ricardo? So there we go. We are all said and done. Might have to bring that up for maybe Matthew Golden, gave him a try. I also got another idea for a game that maybe we'll wait for you, Evan, for next time you're on the show. So, hey, Ricardo, we just had Coach Parker on, but now it's time to meet the high school team spotlight members of the FBA champion Appleton North girls swimming and diving team.
Please
give them a big round of applause. They're having a big season, Ricardo.
They're having a great season. Again, Fox Valley Association champs. Brett, let me read off some of their accomplishments. First off, they took first place in 8 of 12 events to capture the FBA championship with 619 points during Saturday's conference meet. And I hope I'm not butchering these names. Elise Brazali won the 50-yard. Where's Elise? Where's she at? There she is.
There she is.
Hey. She won 2 events. She won the 50-yard freestyle in 24.45 seconds and the 100 butterfly in a conference record 57.34 seconds. Wow. Brett, she wasn't done. She also swam on the 200 medley relay team with Lauren Barnes, Maddie Loken, and Afton Scoresby. If they can all raise their hand just to make sure we get them all. Very nice. Brett, That was a conference record time of 1 minute,
Wow.
46.13 seconds. We're not done.
Rewriting the record book.
We're not done. The 200-yard freestyle relay team of Brazali, Loken, Sofia Golub, and Scoresby took first in a conference record time of 1 minute, 38.15 seconds.
Is Sophia here tonight, too?
Yes.
There
so
she
raise
is.
your hands. Yes, thank you.
So that's 3 conference records.
I know what you're thinking, Brett. That has to be it. Think again, my friend.
There's more?
Oh, there's more. Loken won the 200 individual medley in 2 minutes, 12.88 seconds. Loken, raise your hand. There she is over there.
But there's more.
There's more. She won the 100-yard breaststroke in a conference record time of 1 minute, 5.21
This must be a
seconds.
small conference.
Yeah. No, it's a big-time conference.
Brett, we're not
It's a
done.
big-time conference.
Scoresby, raise your hand, Scoresby. There we go. Hey, she won the 100 freestyle in 54.41 seconds. So give her a hand. What are you guys doing? Come on. All right.
There we go.
One more. One more.
Yeah.
Appleton North also won the 400 freestyle
Man.
relay in 3 minutes, 52.55 seconds with a team of Golub. Daphne Scullion, where's Daphne? Raise your hand, please.
There she
Erin
is.
Weber. Erin Weber, raise your hand.
Aaron Weber here.
And Margot Mataloni.
Right there.
Yes. Brett, couple more things. They'll compete
Wow.
in Saturday's WIAA Division I sectional meet in Neenah. A lot of these girls, they want to go on to the state meet, Brett, the
Yeah.
following week. Appleton North, by the way, coach, we just saw him. Parker Sonabit, heck of an artist, by
Yes,
the way.
he
I don't
is.
know if you know that. Brett, Appleton North girls swimming and diving, fantastic season. They're hoping to do a little bit more in the postseason as
How
well.
about the Lightning, ladies and gentlemen? Give them a big round of applause. Thank you for being here. By the way, Coach Parker, I was reading up, a great swimmer back in his day, also a football player, Evan
Yes,
Williams,
there it
right?
is.
It looks like he could take you on maybe right now, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's saying, no, I don't think so. I'll stick with the pool. But again, thank you, ladies, for coming, and we appreciate you being here. Good luck the rest of the way. Hope you make it to Madison and bring home some hardware down there in Madtown. So, hey, all right, a few more things, Ricardo. Now, we all know maybe the greatest segment in Clubhouse Live history is about to happen one more time. We like to call it What Can Evan Williams Juggle, and has taken the nation by storm, ladies and gentlemen. First, Evan juggled baseballs.
Yes,
Then he juggled cornhole bags.
you did.
Then last time he juggled Wisconsin deep-fried cheese curds. So what can we do this week? Well, Ricardo, where did Evan go to school? Where?
Someplace out west.
Yeah.
Right, Oregon?
Oregon. What is Oregon? What's the nickname?
The Mighty Ducks? No, it's the Ducks.
Just
Oregon
the Ducks.
Yes.
So we thought, and we had an idea from some of our regulars, can Evan Williams actually juggle some ducks tonight, right?
Yes.
Can he juggle some? Ricardo, do you have any ducks by chance back
I
there?
usually carry emergency
You
ducks
have-
in my pocket,
you have some
which
ducks
I
in your
happen to
pocket?
have right now that I can hand over and see if he can juggle them.
You have 3 rubber duckies right there? Yeah, they're so small. Oh, he's panicking right now. He's panicking right now. Evan, do you know how hard it is to find a bag of rubber duckies in Appleton? All right. Who thinks Evan Williams can successfully juggle some ducks tonight, folks, huh? All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go, Evan. There he oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. He's got the ducks. The Oregon Ducks. Look at him go. Look at him go. You're not going to eat that one. How about that? He did it again. He did it again. Congratulations. You know, that bag of ducks, that cost me $4.
Did it?
All right, $4 just to find some ducks somewhere in town.
Yeah.
It was their fault because it was their idea. It was their idea. So I already got an idea for December 1st, by the way, when he's back on. What can Evan Williams juggle? He can juggle pretty much everything, Ricardo. Unbelievable. So, all right, there they are. I might save them for my grandkids or
My
something.
ducks
we'll
in
see.
a row.
Yeah, there he is keeping his ducks in a row, Ricardo.
like that.
Get it? Huh? Speaking of your
All right.
ducks in a row, you got the Philadelphia Eagles coming to town, Monday Night Football. First of all, what are your thoughts on the tush push, right? you know it's going to happen on Monday Night Football at some point. You're going to be right up against the line of scrimmage. Are you okay with the play, or do you think, get this out of football, it has no business being here? They're putting you on the spot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Loaded question.
Yeesh. I don't know. I give props to them for, being able to exploit a play and make it so successful for them. At the same time, as a I don't know if you're going to ask one defensive player in this league that's going to be like, yeah,
I love that play, sure.
So it's just hard to officiate. Like you they're not going to call false start.
No.
90% of the time, and it's just a tough play as a defense. If the offense can push the ball carrier forward as many people as they want, like there's no equal on the defensive side. It's hard. It's a hard play, and I mean, props to them for doing what they've done with it.
I'm guessing you'll spend some time in practice trying to defend that at some
Yeah.
point. But yeah.
And the Vikings did a good job.
Yeah,
Stopping it.
Yeah,
They
don't give him props now.
Not giving him props.
Yeah.
I just said
The team.
The one player that
Yeah.
laid down in front of the line was pretty good. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
There's got to be maybe that's the blueprint. I don't know.
Having a sacrificial lamb.
Yeah,
just,
figure out who that could be on your team.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know.
Ricardo, there's a false start almost every time when they're doing it, though. You see it in slow motion now.
I was going to ask Evan if he's going to, any of the defensive players go up to the officials and say, come on. I mean, it's right there. It happens every time they do it.
Somebody's jumping, yeah.
I mean, what do you want us to do? I don't know. Yeah, I mean.
Get the official right into the play, too,
Yeah,
and say,
the camera right on
Right
top
there.
while it's going on. I don't know.
It is, yeah, but maybe they have to just outlaw pushing guys, because that used to be outlawed. You used to not be able to do that, and then they brought that back. So, yeah, it should be interesting to see. But keys to slowing down the champs, right? I mean, they got Saquon Barkley, right? But they got a good team. They're 6-2 coming in, I believe, but they've had some hiccups here and there as well, like everybody in the league. But I'm guessing you guys are up for the challenge.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it starts with trying to make their offense pretty, one-dimensional as far as, try to eliminate the run game. I mean, I still don't know our complete,
Sure.
game plan.
Yeah.
But I feel like you got to find a way to make it one-dimensional, take away, whatever it is, a run game or, their pass game. And then, once you do that, you're going to have, a little bit of success. But easier said than done. They got a lot of great players on that squad. And, yeah, it's going to be a dogfight. You got to show up. Four quarters.
Jair Alexander now on the team, too. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Jair's coming back to town, right?
Yeah,
You gonna say hi to him?
Yeah, I'll say what's up to him. I mean, that's my guy at the end of the day. Yeah, I did not even think about that before.
Yep, he's coming back. He was on the show once, too, and he juggled as well. That was our virtual show, though, right, Ricardo?
It was.
When it was during COVID time. I forget what he was juggling, but then somehow, I think it was ping pong balls, and he somehow muted his phone by accident by doing that. So then it was Kevin King who had to put his phone on and let Jair talk in the phone so that we could hear it through Kevin King's phone. That's just the kind of zany guy Jair Alexander is.
That's not ideal right there.
No, and he was wearing sunglasses. We don't know what was going on. He was like Carrington Valentine before Carrington Valentine, for sure.
Yeesh.
But how about a round of applause tonight for Evan Williams for hanging out with us, making everybody happy. All right, Ricardo, we're going up north. Time to predict Monday night's game. Packers-Eagles at Lambeau Field. Who's winning?
Brett, listen, first off, the thing that worries me the most is what kind of Evan talked about is Barkley hasn't had his breakout game yet this season. I don't know why I don't have a good feeling him coming in on a Monday night. It's going to be a great game. I want the Packers to lose because I want my Bears to get first place, Brett. If they lose, the Bears win, they're in first place. Barkley's going to have a big game. Forget it, Packer fans. They're losing next Monday night.
I really don't think you should boo him because he picked the Packers to win last week, so when he picks the Packers to lose, they usually win. So I think that's a good prediction. I'm pulling with the victory visor, as I always do, right? Yeah. Going to be a good game. I'm going to say 27-21, something like that. It's going to be a good game. They're going to score some points. You guys are going to score some points. Eagles coming off a bye. You guys typically bounce back after tough losses, it seems like. You usually play some of your best football. So I think the offense, I think you guys come out fast for a change and get a lead on these guys, and the defense gets a stop. So I'm liking the Packers to win, and then instead of the sky is falling, everybody's going to pick you guys to win the Super Bowl then, right? It just goes up and
It's a roller coaster.
Yeah, it is a roller coaster. Just
is.
stay even keel instead, right? And just see how this all plays out through December into January. So, all right, a few more things, Ricardo, and then we're winding down. Another show in the books.
That's right. Hey, the Packers News app, Brett, if I can talk about it. Exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from our USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. Brett and Evan, that Packers News app, your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. Unlimited digital access to the Packers News app and PackersNews.com can be yours for as low as 99 cents. Brett, 99 cents for that first month. Come on, right? Please subscribe today because you know we need that money.
It's like the cost of a rubber ducky, 99 cents,
exactly.
right? That's all it costs. So thanks again to our sponsors and friends, our two presenting sponsors, Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly. Also to Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, our segment sponsor. And our supporting sponsors and friends we want to thank. Shields, Escort Limousine Service, Mayfield Sports Marketing, Mike Thiel and Eric Lives here, Miller Lite, and the great folks here at the Fox Club and the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. So again, programming notes one more time. Next week's show's on Tuesday again. Next week, Tuesday, right here at the Fox Club. Same start time, 6:30 p.m. But we're going to have a return guest as well next week. Rookie defensive lineman Baron Sorrell is coming back for another show. He did a good job the first time back. I can't believe he was on in September, and we thought, oh, it's going to be a couple months, and here it is. I mean, does the season feel like it's flying by for you too?
Very. It's
Yeah.
very, very fast. You know, when you're in the tornado, you don't realize, what's going on. But yeah, it's going
Crazy,
fast.
yeah. So Baron Sorrell's coming back. We're going to have some more fun with him, and looking forward to that again next Tuesday night. And we will post more details as I get them on the Evan Williams Holiday Food Drive on December 1st when Evan is back. So, Evan, you got the final word tonight. What do you want to tell all these great Packers fans who decided they wanted to hang out with you tonight on a Monday night?
I'd tell them it means a lot. Thank you guys for your constant support, and yeah, just for showing up for us as a program. And we're gonna do our utmost to bounce back and make y'all proud. So
there you go. Let's hear those cheers for Evan, for Ricardo, and the rest of the Clubhouse Live crew. I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long. Be back here next Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. with Baron Sorrell as we celebrate a Packers victory over the Philadelphia Eagles. In the meantime, let's hear those Mean Gene cheers, everybody.
Go, Pack, go!